Cancer, welcome to my channel. Let's have a look at the year ahead of 2026 for you. And the ruling energy for you is the car. The car or the chariot, depending on the tarot deck that you use. That's a very important major arcana. That's a very important energy for Cancer. I like that a lot. That's fate and destiny, something. It's a very important year for you if that's the card that is ruling your year. It's the energy of following your dream. It's the energy of taking control of your life. But it's also an energy of conquering and victory, because you're divinely inspired when you're following your dreams and you're following the path of your true authentic self, and you're fulfilling your destiny. And it is not because it is, I think a big misconception is people think their life is scripted the way it's supposed to happen. You have this plan before you incarnate, and that everything that is supposed to happen to you was predetermined, when in reality you only pick the lessons or the areas of your life that you would like to work on. So it might be learning how to love more. It might be you want to go through separation and find the people that you knew before in other lives here. It can be some heartache, or it's like you might choose to have challenges in your home base, in your marriages, and those are choices of lessons. But that doesn't mean that the person you're supposed to marry was pre-chosen, or that the career that you had is pre-chosen, and the events itself. That's where free will comes in, because your choices determine the events. You can experience the lessons you wanted to have in any way, shape, or form based on the choices you have. So that's free will. And when you have the chariot ruling your year, even though it's saying that you're in your path, the thing is you are aligned with the choices you had made. So that's a favorable energy, because you're not creating resistance or running away from the lessons. No, you're facing the lessons head on. So usually synchronicities and some easiness is available to you, because you're swimming downstream, is what Abraham Hicks talks about. Going downstream, you're not going upstream, so you're making things easier on yourself. Okay, let's have a look at all these cards that came out for you, because there are some deep transformations here for you. I see the Tower, the Star, the Hermit, the World. So some of these energies are really deep, especially career-wise, money-wise, your finances, how you're seen as your reputation. That is changing for you. You have the Tower and the Queen of Cups. So what I'm feeling here from the cards for you is not that your second house of how you earn money, you're gonna have a collapse. I feel like you had already the Tower moment before. The tower is like the disruption, the breaking foundation. So I feel like you had that before. And this year is the breakthrough, is the relief, is when you feel like you're finally able to breathe. But even though I feel like you have this room to breathe, you have this um, weight lifted from you, it's still not very clear to you what you would love to do money wise. You still have not found yourself, and that's why the chariot is leading you towards more of your authentic self. Because here on how you're seen, we have the Hermit and the Eight of Wands, saying that some anxiety and wanting to expedite things might be pressuring you, and the Hermit is forcing you to either kind of isolate or look inside for answers, and maybe even wanting to work for yourself, thinking of working for yourself, more kind of a loner. People are seeing you more introspective, withdrawn, work wise. And this doesn't mean that you're not productive and that is not good, because I'm saying you have the relief. So it's not going to be a hard financial year. You have some comfort here, but this withdrawn might be because you might be very focused on something for yourself and that you're going to work alone mostly. So you might be doing research, you might be, you know, uh, buried in books and bookkeeping, accounting, creative, strategic planning for a business. But I feel that most of the ideas and the research and the effort will be put in it by yourself. Your personality, the way you're going to deal with the year, we have Six of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. So you want to find balance. It's time that you give others the same as you receive. You're going to try to keep things even and well balanced. And you're going to focus on things that make sense uh, pragmatically, things that make sense in an objective way of what you're seeking and what you want for your life. If it makes sense and if it feels right, it has to feel right in your heart, or you're not going to pay much attention to it. If you put effort and energy in something or someone and you feel like it's not coming back to you, you're not going to invest in it anymore. I feel like this reciprocity is very important. You want to feel that you get back the same as you give. So if you text a person, they don't reply. When they text you, you're not replying either. You're going to take your time. I feel you're going to be attentive to this equal measure of effort and energy involved in everything in your life. Your communication here is very favorable with the Six of Wands and the Page of Wands. So I feel like you're gonna be witty. You're gonna be fast paced on clever responding. You have like this fast thinking, fast saying things, and you're going to be recognized. You're going to have people notice how you're more assertive, more confident, more assured of the things you're saying, and you're clever and you're quick, and it's a little bit feisty on your communication, but it suits the mood you're in. You're playful with people, but you're not messing around, so you might poke people that are not being sincere with you just so they know they're not, but you're not going to call them out to their face and say, hey, you're not being sincere. You're going to do something clever and playful to just give a little nudge to say, hey, I see you, and this is going to be the communication. Home base. Again, this is the theme for this year. Things have to be balanced. Things have to be, that's what you want, the reciprocity. You want things balanced. You're not going to be putting too much on things that pull you down. Here is in your health and habits house, you have the Five of Cups and the Three of Pentacles saying, I when I'm pessimistic, when I'm letting myself feel not appreciated, when I let people say things and give me less than I expected, that takes a toll on my health. So you're working differently with the people around you. This is a big change in your habits and your patterns. You want the balance in your home base. You want to keep the people who are true friends, that are supportive and that they are with you. It doesn't matter where you're going. The Knight of Pentacles is that steady, reliable friend, and people who like being with you for you. They like your company. They don't need you to talk. They don't want to know where you're going. They just want to hang out and be with you because they like your energy, they like your vibe. And this is what you're looking, this balance, having true, sincere friends around you. And this is a pattern that you're breaking, that this is the most important. You're not going to let people take you for granted. So this is going to be something good for your self-esteem, for your pleasures and hobbies, and for the fun, and for your partnerships and new relationships. I feel the Seven of Swords and the Star is like you're shining. So people are going to be drawn to you. And it's funny because in your work life, it feels like you're very withdrawn. But in your love life, I feel like you're going to have this spark of such charm and such personal light shining through, that people are going to be drawn to you and they're going to admire you and they're going to want to be with you. And that's why you're selective, and you're going to really measure the amount of equal energy and effort applied to relationships, because you're going to pick the ones that make sense, because you're going to have a lot of choices to pick from. So I feel like you're very independent in the self, in the sense that this balance that you're seeking, you're not going to create codependent relationships. And I feel this balance both ways. You're not going to be codependent emotionally on another person, and you're not going to allow another person to be codependent on you. You want a healthy, emotional, safe relationship. And I see here, this is another way that you're coming through in a different uh, attitude that you used to have. Ace of Wands here giving you this renewal, and this is attracting new opportunities for you. Opportunities that the Four of Cups brings you opportunities, but you might snub them. You might look and say, nah, thank you, I'm good. And this depends on the Cancer journey up to this point, what you have lived through past years. You might be more healed and ready for a relationship, or you might be more in this hermit, working on yourself, on your journey, and you might snub the partnerships and the new relationship. But for the ones that are ready, you are looking for something balanced, and you will have it. So the shadow work you're doing this year is really, I feel like, the victim mode. And not saying that you all cancers do this all the time, but is coming from this point of not being appreciated and being taken for granted, as a passive attitude that you had towards it, that you just felt, oh well, this is how it is now, I feel not seen, I feel not appreciated, I feel not heard. And you're changing it. The shadow work you're doing is like the strong realization that you deserve more and that you become optimistic about it. You're like, no, I'm going to find who hears me and who sees me and who appreciates me because I deserve it. I'm worth it. I want it. And I'm excited to find it because I know it's out there. Because now that I recognize my own value, I'm ready. My energy field is attracting somebody that will give me that, and I think this is again, as we play with the energies here, and I tap the cards, it keeps going back to this balanced feeling. This 2026 for Cancer, you need to find that reciprocity and balance. You want it to be even. You're not going to take less. You're not going to settle. You're not going to conform for something that is not fulfilling completely your heart. You want this total satisfaction. And you deserve it, Cancer. You deserve it. It's really good. So this is a maturing process. I feel like your ninth house of foreign places and studying, this is aligned with what you're looking for, and that's why I felt in your career maybe uh, research, academic research, maybe writing books. I feel like, in some sense, also this Queen of Swords that is in both houses is looking for something that makes sense to your heart. So, this is what you're looking for in your career. You want to feel the purpose of what you're working with, and you might want to be a full expert or authority in a subject or matter that you work with, or express what you have learned so far. So for some of you, I feel you might want to write books and share your story. It can be because of your personal triumph over this shadow work that you've done and how you came to realize your true worth and how you overcame some really challenging times. So you might want to share that, or it might be very work related because you have so much insight in your career and your job in certain any field that you might work with that you want to write about it, a thesis, or go back to school for a doctor's degree, a master's degree. I feel like there's this um, thirst for knowledge and learning and knowing more here for you. You don't want to be good at what you do, you want to be the best at what you do. And it's not because you want to compete with people, but you want to feel like you're giving it all to what you're doing. And I feel that's a very heartfelt need for this year, again ruled by the Chariot. It has to come from the heart. Is your journey, is your essence, is who you are. And if you're not totally invested in what you're doing, not worth it. You really have to be connected with what you're doing. With friendships, the World and Ten of Swords, moving away from people who are not good for you. But very naturally, I feel like all these things was what I said with your Spitfire communication. Uh, you're going to be clever and diplomatic about things, so I don't feel like it's going to be confrontational. It's just you're such in a strong, self-assured position with yourself that the people that were not good for you, they'll naturally move away from your life. You're going to hear less and less from them, and it's because you're not responding the same way. It's because you're not giving them attention or falling in their traps like you used to. You're going to be kind of dry and distant, and they're going to just disappear from your world naturally. And this is where you're going to have open space and open energy to embrace new relationships and new opportunities. But this is still a choice, because this Four of Cups says you might, you know, turn and reject whatever is coming. And it's okay, was what I said. Being in your path and destiny, it doesn't mean that you're obligated to anything, because this is your free will. Whenever you're ready to take up a new relationship and partnership, you will. And last, the transcendence and the metaphysical energy for your year on your 12th house, the house of dreams, and the house of what inspires you. You're healing and you're resting and you're recovering. And I feel that you're recovering so that you can have your spark back. This is the same Ace of Wands that you find in your partnership's house. And that's what I'm saying, that when you're ready for it, you're going to allow the new opportunity to come in. But the most important thing for you is the healing, is the recovering, is you being really feeling well in your own skin, feeling comfortable, feeling strong, feeling optimistic, feeling passionate about your life. And then when you let somebody into your life, they're gonna come in into this passionate, balanced energy, and you're gonna have a great relationship. It can be work-wise, it can be romantic, but your home base has to be balanced and equal. So even if you are already in a relationship, you might feel like there's going to be this changing dynamics on how you deal with each other, that is going to have a maturity and a need to have this balance. This is something that you're not going to settle for less in 2026. So Cancer, this is the reading for the year. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, leave your like in this video, and I hope to see you soon.